I get this question quite a bit, actually. I get it just from ladies in general, coaching clients, whatever. And why are men so emotionally unavailable? Now, if I have any guys out here, you can help with this, and I would appreciate any input that you might have. And there again, please share this broadcast, because the more the merrier, right? So anyway, I just kind of want to go through several reasons why a guy would be emotionally unavailable or perceived as such, Tanya. Okay. And if you disagree, keep it to yourself. All right. So listen, the first one is, and I'm going to make this as scientific as I possibly can, ladies, with this first one. He might be a jerk. Okay. He just might be a jerk. I mean, there's really no way to put it, other than he just might be damaged goods. Yeah, well, I wanted to start out with this one. I didn't want to start out with any real fluff. I just really wanted to come straight at it. He might be a jerk, meaning that he might have some baggage. All right. He might have some things that he really needs to work through. And he's rough. And it's to some degree, maybe, for example, maybe there was some abuse, in his childhood. Maybe there were some abandonment issues. Maybe he's got some mama issues. Guys, we quick to tell the ladies. We quick to tell the ladies, man, she had daddy issues, man. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You know what?
Mm-hmm.
I can't lie. Sometimes we as the guys can have mommy issues. You know what I'm saying? It really can happen. But here's the deal. So for the woman that's dealing with this, and typically it's the doormat type woman, okay, and she'll try to fix him. She'll try to make him better. She'll try to love him to death, but he showed you that he's not going to give you anything. Okay, he's not going to be the warm and
fuzzy. I know from personal experience that you feel like if I could just show him that I love him, and if I could be the best person that I can be, maybe he'll see that, he'll recognize that, and he'll let his walls down. And but
here's the deal. Somebody said, hey, go ahead, sweet black girl. Here's the deal with that. The question is, if you know he's a jerk and he treats you like crap and disrespects you, let's not even make it that deep. Okay. He's just not into you, giving you what you need emotionally. Why do you stick in it? Why do you stay there? Okay. Because in this instance, my concern really, or my biggest question would be for the woman dealing with this. Why, when he's showing you he's not going to give you any more, do you stick around? Okay. And oftentimes she may stick around because, and I hate to say it like this, she may feel like she can't do any better. There's nothing else. There's got to be something. And this is, what I work with women on that whole doormat thing, or that whole feeling like, just working through whatever issue it is that has, maybe her dad, because this is an issue. Seriously. Some women feel like, hey, my own dad didn't stick around, and if he didn't think enough of me to love me, how much more should I really expect from this guy? You know what I mean? Seriously.
Mm-hmm.
So
a lot of times that thought is not really even a conscious thought. It's just somewhere inside of you that you just think you're not good enough, and so then that's how you behave.
Well, yeah, it's not conscious. It's not conscious. But at the same time, a lot of times what women will do with the unemotional, the guy that's emotionally unavailable, what she'll do is I'm trying to make my father love me. Okay. So I'm almost role playing like this dude is my dad. Okay. And he is not being there for me in the way that I need him to be. But maybe if I'm a good girl, okay, maybe if I show him that I can be what he wants me to be, then I'm all in.
Absolutely.
Okay. Let me tell you this. Let me tell you this, boo boo. No. Cut your losses. Cut your losses. bail. Now, here's a challenge, Tanya. For the person that's dealing with that, that sounds easy, and I understand. I'm telling you, all right, well, just cut it. You know what I mean? Because some of my clients,
it's not
that's
easy.
one of the hardest things. That's one of the hardest things for them to do on their own. Okay, it's like
Absolutely.
crack cocaine. It really is. And if you don't have somebody there to hold you accountable, you know, to coach you through it, to help you with it, to make sure that you don't run back, you know, I'm gonna leave and you know, and then as soon as they turn back,
because you will run back. You just have to have somebody there. Like, if you're really serious, you have to have somebody there that really help you and be supportive and, you know, call you out.
Hey, somebody wrote something real. Biological drive to acquire security and resources, even though we can have free will. Difficult to defeat biological drive. Marriage is a recent incident. Yeah, I do agree about biological drive, and we're going to get into some of that. So let's move on. That's the first one. Okay, that was the first category of why some men just seem emotionally unavailable, right?
He might be a jerk.
Yeah, because you're a jerk. All right. Secondly, and I'm going to make this even more scientific. He's just not into you, Reverend. I don't really know how to put that. He's just really not into you. There's nothing interesting about
that be
you.
Possible?
Yeah, well, not you, because we know that you have raving fans and all that. But some people have a challenge with this. Ladies, men hunt. Okay, that's what we do. We like a challenge. We out here in the wild. We're trying to do our thing. Oh, and if you're just now joining, please share this with your people, share this with your friends, so that we can double our numbers, and then we'll be up to 18. But yeah. Yeah, guys hunt. So with that being said, if you haven't seen that movie, He's Just Not That Into You, that's a good movie, actually. If you're trying to figure out a little bit about how men are and how men think, when we're pursuing, that's really, trust me, watch that. It'll bless you. Okay. But so here's what you have to do. If you are one of these women that a guy, it just seems like you're not doing it for him. First of all, you could either get you some flavor, some swag, all right, or just cut your losses, all right, because he's not going to just get into you over time. Someone asked a question, sweet black girl. What is the question?
How can we tell if he just don't want to be bothered? Or I think it said if you don't want to commit.
Okay, was the question, how can you tell if he just doesn't want to be bothered or he just does not want to commit? Well, here's the thing. We as guys, especially speaking about this, if he's just not that into you, when we want to be bothered, we want to be around you and we want to be with you. And we are engaged to do so. It's not to say that we are like, and hyper, overly emotional, but we want to spend time with you. Okay. But if you're not getting that, you're getting a lot of excuses, you're getting played a lot, like we talk about the doormat, he's never accommodating for you, but you always got to be accommodating for him. Then, and probably if you're in that type of situation, sometimes your friends probably already told you, girl, he really ain't, and sometimes, deep down, this ain't really what it should be. And you trying to make it something that it really ain't, because remember this, ladies, remember this. Okay. We as men are not looking, okay, for the woman we can live with. We're looking for the woman we cannot live without. Somebody said light skin is where it's at. I'm not really sure where that's going. But I'm just assuming, since I'm dark and I am a man, they're referring to you with that. So, hey, you just got a major compliment right there. All right. Okay. So secondly, ladies, just not that into you. All right. Now, thirdly, ladies, he's a man. Okay. His life is just busy.
He's interested because he has not brushed me off. That's what someone said on Periscope.
Oh, okay. Well,
he's interested because he's not brushed me off.
Okay. Well, then if he's interested, then
his life is just busy. See, he said his life is just busy. I understand there are men that are busy and, they have their plate full. I get it, but I don't know. Like, for me, if you're too busy, then you're just not interested, because to me, if you're interested, you want to make time. You'll make time. You'll figure it out.
This is true.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't believe you're too busy.
Well, here's the thing.
You can be busy, but too busy for a relationship, I don't believe it.
Well, here's the thing, and
it's a red flag.
We're kind of getting into one of the other areas that I want to talk about, but just put a pin in that, because sometimes busy and work and all of that kind of go hand in hand. I don't feel in my spirit he's not playing games. Exactly. Okay. Busy and work go hand in hand in a man's sense of identity and how it relates to work, but we'll get into that. But getting back to number 3, he's a man. All right. So what does that mean? He's a man. That means that we are wired, ladies. Okay. Just because of the testosterone going through our bodies. All right. Which typically we have about 30% more testosterone than a woman. It's just that how we express ourselves and how we show how we care, okay, about our significant other is different. All right. For example, women, you guys like to get together. You like to share with each other. You like to communicate. And that makes you feel warm and fuzzy and supported. And it doesn't have to be any football. There doesn't have to be any basketball. There doesn't have to be anything with a ball in the name, which is a very
maybe a glass
concept.
Of wine. That's all I need.
Yeah, it's a very interesting concept. Okay, but you have to understand that for us, okay, we don't just get together just to share and just to communicate in that way. Okay, somebody's writing something. Guys only get together to build.
See, that's what I'm talking about. I love it.
We get together. I love it. We get together to do something. Now, if somebody actually says something that like sounds like a sentence while we're together doing something, because see, here we'll meet up at the sports bar, and you'll see 2 guys like, yeah, man, because but see, that's how we having a great time. That's an amazing experience right there. We just shared a moment. You know what I'm saying? Me and my homeboy. So if you expecting him to share with you like you share with, you got to remember, he's not your girlfriend. Okay. And I mean that with all due respect, ladies, that how we show the way we care is, and I love this about Steve Harvey's book when he talked about the 3 P's, right? Profess, provide, and protect. We provide, okay? When we go and we do, we work or we do things to try to show you how much we care. So part of what you need to understand is you need to understand men and you need to understand your man, okay? Yeah. So that you won't misinterpret the fact that he's not, talking to you as much as, you would think you want him to. And it doesn't mean that he's not engaged. It just means, ladies, y'all have far more words to use. It just means that the way that you express yourself is totally different. Your picture is frozen. You're laughing, but your face looks like this. But yet,
there's nothing that I can do about what I do about that.
I don't know. The problem is our provision and protection is no longer needed. Therefore, it is taken for granted. There's a lot in that. It's not needed in the, how we're needed now. Men are needed from the emotional support. Men are needed from I lost my co-host. I don't know where she is. Men are needed from a perspective of, that women will say all the time, yes, I need somebody in my life, somebody I feel who has my back, somebody that I feel supports me, for somebody. So it's really the companionship. Whereas before, guys didn't necessarily have to be all of that, because when women couldn't work outside the home and all of that. He just went to work and it was a big deal. And, he was a hero because we always want to feel like a hero, right? Even the government insists that the men be not in the house. And this is, and we could probably do a whole nother show on that. All right. And maybe we will. All right. But for the sake of time, I'm going to keep it moving. But hey, I love your comments though. Keep them coming. All right. So number 4. Definitely. All right. Hey, if you just saw this, please share this broadcast on Periscope with your people. For those that we have on Blab, appreciate you as well. And if you have something to comment, please do. All right. So this is another reason. Number 4, why a guy may seem emotionally unavailable. Because he has a problem. Ladies, that's big. That is huge. And oftentimes what kind of when we as men, I'm going right there. If you just, move. Yeah. When we have a problem, normally it has something to do with work, getting that money, job, career. Okay. Because you got to understand our sense of identity comes from our ability to provide, get out here and make it. Okay. Now, women out, I know there's some women out there that may be saying, yeah, I get out there and I make it. But see, y'all don't get your sense of identity. You don't get your self-worth from how much you can accomplish and take over the world. I understand, I talk about the CEO woman, and I understand that she may have some of those characteristics, but we get our very identity from our ability to be able to provide for the ones that we care for and the ones that we love. Okay, so if something goes a little funny with that, guy, brother's out of work, or, it could be a situation on the job. Hey, they've been talking funny. I don't know how things is going to go. We got this big merger going down. We're being bought out. I don't know. He may be unavailable. Okay. So if he does, now he's going to go in the cave straight up. He might not do a whole lot of communicating with you unnecessarily about what's going on. Now, I understand for the ladies, this is going to pose a problem because now you're going to feel like he's pulling away, therefore not available. Give him some time. Please. And if he is changing careers, see, it's all job related. Like you said, if he's changing careers, because we're trying to figure, and we don't figure out our problems while our mouth is running. That ain't how we figure out problems. See, that's how women y'all can work out problems by talking about it. No. We need to retreat, take a chill pill, and think about it. All right. While we in there in the cave, but then we play some video games.
Well, you panic. You panic, but we freak out.
But here's what you do, ladies. I'm gonna tell you what to do. I'm gonna tell you right now what you do. All right. If he's in the cave, right, just chill out. Especially if it's job related. Maybe you don't know. All right. But if you know your guy, maybe this is a little different for him and this is not typically how he is. Don't ask him, what are you feeling? Share with me how you feel. What are you thinking? You don't talk to me anymore, and then you're trying to pull on him. Well, he's not available. Okay. Hey, I appreciate that, man. You said this is a great blab.
Thank you.
Thank you. He is not there. So all of his resources, imagine that there's a fire. There's a 5-alarmer going on in his body. So all the water resources has to go to that spot, to that problem. He don't have time for nothing else. Now, here's what I will say. For a guy who is more, we call the pulling nag, right? See, now you'll be classified as a nagger because your typical guy, I'm giving you a behind the scenes looking, behind the curtain, the Wizard of Oz view, but your typical guy, he ain't thinking about all of this perspective. All I know, I got a situation, leave me alone, give me some time to work it out. And you trying to run into the cave where it says no women allowed right now past this point. And you like, I don't care nothing about none of that. You're going to tell me today what's going on because I don't like.
Yeah, we're over here freaking out. Like, what, you don't love me no more?
Now, I will.
What is going on?
Well, you said you hope I have a podcast. Actually, I do these once a week. So if you follow me, or follow me on Blab, and then I also do a simulcast, like I'm on Periscope also. So you can follow me at the Doc Reid on either one. And you can follow me. I got a website, ChristopherReid.org. I'm on YouTube, the whole 9 yards. But so I appreciate that, man. So, ladies, now let me say this: if you got a guy who's enlightened, and even the most enlightened guys might not check off on this one. He may tell you, "Hey, babe, listen, I got something I'm really stressing over right now. I just need a little time. It ain't got nothing to do with you. It's just me." Now that's beautiful. That's perfect, right? So he goes back into the cave. Now, for some women, if you still ain't worked through all your stuff, by the way, y'all, share this Periscope, share the blab. Get some more people in here because I'm trying to give away some serious nuggets tonight. All right. If she doesn't know, if she's not comfortable in who she is and she's not fully done cooking yet, you understand what I'm saying? She's still gonna pursue. She's still that uneasy feeling that she has. She's not gonna. It's not gonna sit well with her. So she still may nag him and push him, and it's gonna make a possible bad situation or temporary situation worse. All right. So I'm really trying to save y'all a lot of time, a lot of frustration. All right. So don't do that. Now that's if you have that situation. If you have the jerk situation that we talked about, that right there, that ain't gonna help you. So you gotta understand, you gotta know how to read the signs, ladies. Book. It's free on the website. It'll teach you how to read some of the signs. ChristopherReid.org. Free download, PDF version. Or you can get the Kindle version. Anyway, shameless plug. Hey, I love people. Trying to help out here.
Gotta do that.
Okay. Lastly, this is the last one I'm gonna deal with. There's a lot more that I'm sure apply. Ever since we were little, you're told it's not manly to cry, be sensitive. Man up, suck it up. Right. You know what I mean? Right. Wipe those tears up, So you learn very quickly, oh, okay. So expressing my emotions in that way is not what I should be doing. And you're not going to get no kudos around, your buddies, your homies doing that. So, and also think about it. What areas does a guy get celebrated in typically? All right. He's on the football, field. He's the captain, or he catches that pass. He's a gladiator out here. He's on the basketball court. He just scored, 20 points or 30 points, blah, blah, blah. That's all about productivity, about what you're doing. So when you are confronted with a situation, when you're being told what, you're just not emotional. I mean, you just don't share with me. You don't talk to me. You don't open up to me. It's like now you're asking me to do something that all my life I was kind of taught was just not what you should do. He might have grown up. Somebody said, how and when do women become enlightened? It's a good question, Reverend. It is. How and when do men become enlightened? Well, a couple of things. The
same way women become enlightened, they have to know that they need something else.
Yeah, it can happen a couple of different ways. Sometimes it just comes with time. That testosterone that I talked about earlier, that kind of drops off the older you get. You could drop down to have like 50% less testosterone, as you get up into maybe your 50s as you had in your 20s. How many times have you seen either your own father or somebody else's father? They say, "Oh man, my dad when I was little, man, listen, my dad did not play. He was a terror." Now that man will cry at the drop of a hat. Testosterone. I'm trying to tell y'all, God has set this thing up so crazy because everything that we need is already hardwired in us. Okay, so I like to take things back to when we was out there and we was hunting and gathering, right? You needed that testosterone to go out there and hunt and bring food back, right? But as you became an elder in the community, now you're respected more so for your wisdom. All right. So I'm not out there shooting and killing lions and bears and tigers. Oh my, so my situation, because now I'm a teacher, now I may need to connect with you in a different way. But now we take this fast forward into marriage and, you know, we're our modern society, and it doesn't seem to translate. So, but back to your question, just about how he can become enlightened, you know, just depends on how much he wants that. If he wants to pursue things that is going to make him have a better relationship, if you guys are kind of at each other and he wants to figure out kind of why is this happening, you know, different types of counseling and therapy or just relationship workshops.
But
the
they
only
gotta
thing
be
about
open.
that, though, oftentimes
They gotta be open to
you
it.
can't. I was about to say, here you go, Tanya. You in my message. You can't force that on no guy. Men do not like unsolicited advice, ladies. I'm sorry. You got to be wise. You know what I mean? Because if you trying to push it on us, no. Now, if you can present it in a way that makes us consider it, you know, but you
make them
you
think
be
it's
wise,
their
you know,
idea.
Yeah, see, yeah, we like things as our idea. like you said, you just said it. Right. We like it. So women, y'all got to be wise, you know. You can get almost anything you want, really. I mean, I wish I just had enough guys on here that could just testify to it. You could get almost anything you want from a guy if you know what you're doing. What's part of the problem nowadays? Is a lot of women that we have, especially like the CEO women. She has very masculine energy. She can do anything. She can run anything. She's a mover and shaker out here in the business world. That kind of wisdom, that almost Delilah type wisdom, you know, Delilah kind of used it for, you know, not so positive things, but it's kind of like falling by the wayside.
It was smart. It was smart. She may not have used it for the right things, but it was a smart. It was smart.
It's a lot of power in your femininity, ladies. But you know, you got to know how to use that.
You can use it for good.
Yeah, but you know what? If you have so many issues that you're trying to work through yourself, and it always starts with you, ladies. You gotta get through. It doesn't matter if you're a doormat, CEO, guarded, whatever the case may be. You got to know what your thing is, what your problem is, and you got to work through it. Get whole. That way, when you are in a relationship with a guy, you'll have a much more clear perspective, okay, on how to deal with the situation. But if you're still trying to work through some things, and if he's still trying to work through some things, it's not going to be a good situation. So, how many did I say? 5? Okay, if he just got baggage.
How do you do
number
that
one,
without manipulation? Someone asked on Periscope.
Which one? How do you do what without manipulation? You're using your femininity?
Yeah.
I think it depends on the motive.
It's the motive.
You know what I mean? I
agree.
Yeah, everything is based off motive. Okay, if you like Delilah, take the example with Delilah. Case in point. You got Delilah and Esther. Now, you know, Esther, she had an evening with the king, Reverend. And I think we know what that was about. But she was it
Everybody
Mordecai?
Might not know that story.
Okay, and they're not gonna learn it tonight. But but go but go look it up. That's your homework assignment. and you could,
oh my God.
Yeah, and you tell me the difference. But really, seriously, it boils down to motive. But God gave you your femininity for a reason. Okay, there's a lot of strength there. All right. I think oftentimes that sometimes in this day and age, it's seen as some form of weakness. Okay. And I get that. Women oftentimes have to, you got to function in the business world and you got to do your thing. And then you're expected to be all feminine and all of this, you know, when it comes to, you know, being with, but it is what it is. You know, I don't really have an easy, simple answer for you. You just need to be skilled. If that's, you know, your dynamic, you just need to be skilled on how to do that. And a lot of women, oh, well, we got a seat out here, man. If you want to say something,
come in.
You can come on. Yeah, come on. Don't be scared. You know, don't be scared. But I do beat a dead horse. And Tanya, you can speak to this as well. when it comes to getting help and coaching, yeah, I am a coach. Yeah. I mean, so I'm biased in that regards, but I understand the benefit of, let's just say, simply having somebody that can help you work through whatever your issue is. Because if you've been dealing with the same thing for the last 5, 10, 15 years, first of all, you're not getting those years back. Okay.
No.
And you just going around that mountain 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. At some point, Reverend, you want to get into the promised land. Okay. And some of y'all, I don't mean no disrespect, you couldn't find the door if the doorknob was taped to your hand. Okay. And don't, that just lets you know, okay, I just need to get a little help with that, and there ain't no shame. All of us need help doing something. Okay. So hopefully this has helped somebody in terms of understanding. Now, here's one category, and this ain't really on the list, because you say the question is, why are some men emotionally unavailable? There are some men more emotional than a woman. All right. Now, how do you feel about that? He's emotional. He's giving you all of it.
Well, it depends.
Wait a minute, you don't like that's. You can't have it both ways. You want him emotional, you want him.
You know me. If you're more emotional than me, we got a problem.
Okay, who's that said love it? BB02, love it. Which one do you love? You love if he's extremely emotional, like a woman?
Not
emotional, like
I can't do extremely anything.
Yeah, you are extreme, actually. So I'm not really sure how that you even came up with that conclusion.
What?
Hey, some ladies, some of you said love it. Explain, if you can, what you mean when you say love it. And share this broadcast, even though producer, hey, what's up, Amante? Is that Amante? No, that's Wante. It's too many Tays, Reverend. hey, Wante, if you ain't hip to this blab, man, I love this thing. I love it. It ain't, okay, emotions equal to a normal woman. Yes. But, society has tried to beat the emotions out of the woman. And I don't mean nothing, I love everybody, but, especially the Black woman has had an interesting, challenge with this area, because,
absolutely,
you grow up here and you can't trust a man. You don't, you better not. You better get out there and get your own. So almost like builds
don't
very
depend on no man. Do it for yourself. You don't need anybody to pay for you or do anything for you.
Okay. All right, y'all. But anyway, we hope that for those of you that kind of still hung out with us, that you got something out of it. And, if you want more information, more videos, whatnot, you can go to my website, ChristopherReid.org. If you got some issues relationship wise that you just, need a little help with, or at least somebody to bounce it off of, we can do a free consultation. Just, I can let you know what direction maybe would be best for you. What else, Tanya?
That's it, right?
You're just staring there, just looking at me. So, hey, for those of you, some of you, you like the videos on Periscope I do with Lexi. So hopefully, she and I will actually be at an event together this weekend, and we plan on doing a relationship scope. So, yeah. So
Periscope only, probably.
Periscope only. So yeah. So follow me on Periscope.
So go to Periscope if you're not.
Yeah, make sure that you catch that. So anywho, and get your book. It's free. It's FR. Say free. It's free. Sweet Black girl. I know you got your book right, because it's free. And it talks about that doormat, that guarded chick, the CEO, you know what I'm saying? Really how to prevent those, I guess the non productive qualities. Okay. So I got my book. All right, you go, girl. Prevent those non-productive qualities from creeping up and sabotaging your relationship. So, all right, listen, we out of here. Happy Thursday. For everybody, our regulars that we do have, appreciate you. Thank you. And I was at choir rehearsal. Trina text y'all. Trying to text y'all.
Oh.
Okay.
We on so many things we can't get no text.
Diamond Diva. Join. So everybody.
Oh man.
That's dedication. You are dedicated. Bless your heart. Bless your heart. Well, listen, we're gonna get on out of here, and maybe one day I get my beautiful wife to come out here. Our personalities are totally different, so you'll see the because women, why you wear your wife? Why you bring your wife? And she's just like her
Are
patience.
You really married
patience,
for 20 years? We don't believe you.
Her patience is that long. It's got to be the right time because
it's shorter than mine, I think.
Yeah.
Her
like,
don't be stupid. That's what.
Her marriage advice is get over it. Deal with it.
Right.
If you can't, okay, right. Yeah. All right. Well, maybe that ain't for you. All right. Get lost. Yeah. So that's pretty much the school that she went to. So it works between us, right? Because I'm not that. So all right. All right, y'all. We're out of here. Love, peace, hair grease. All right, Tanya. Night.
Bye.